Alright, welcome to another video on Office 365, and today we're going to talk about video a little bit. So let me do a quick plug for my book, even though this example is actually not in there. But lots of things about Office 365, SharePoint, Power Apps, Power BI, and you can get on directly from Apres. You can order on Amazon and other spots. So if you click on Amazon, this is where you can get it, the paperback or the Kindle. You can scroll down, kind of fun. So it looks like it's the number 9 SharePoint book right now. So appreciate you guys getting that. So let's talk video for a minute. So I love video, and obviously this is how we're creating it, go through the YouTube channel and so forth, which we'd like for you to subscribe. But things have changed in Office 365. When I was the SharePoint administrator at the Air Force Academy, we were SharePoint 2013, and there I have a whole video on how you upload videos, you make an asset library so you can show it as a thumbnail, and then when you click it, it plays at HTML5 video. It doesn't have any kind of players like the Windows Media Player, Flash, or anything, but that's kind of old school. Now, if you got a modern browser and you're using Office 365, that's all taken care of. So let's try that. So first thing, I haven't really talked too many times about Teams yet. So I love Teams. So let's go in and first just talk about putting there in Teams. So I'm going to use the web version. I really like the Windows version, but I've got that one linked up to my Air Force Academy account, and this is my personal one. So I'll just stick in the browser right now so I don't have to do different logouts and so forth. So you can see I've got a channel, we've got posts, and then I've got files. So the first thing we can do, I have just some videos that I searched on my computer. So if I just take, we'll show some of those later, but I've got one, let's see, called Big Buck that I like. That's kind of a nice, there's a lot of videos here. There we go. There's an MP4, so I can just drag that in there. And as you probably know, when you are doing Teams, is that when you create the team, it creates a SharePoint site beside it. So that's kind of nice. And we'll talk about what you can do in SharePoint and what you can do in Teams. So we'll let that update for a minute. So this looks fine, and we can click it like we want. The main thing I like to do is go ahead and change that to tiles, because if you do it to tiles, then you get a nice thumbnail. So that's kind of nice. Notice if you click it, it gets you a nice play experience, and you can just hit play and it'll do it right there on the screen. This was just a little movie clip. So that's kind of nice. So I can pause that. Let's go back and close it. So let's go in here and we can open in SharePoint. So let's go see what it did there. And what happens, and you may have seen this before, but it goes in the main document library that it created, and then each channel, which by default there's only one, the general channel, but you can create or rename them. It just puts another folder in there. So you can do it here. Again, I'll change the link to, or the layout to tiles, and then we get the nice thumbnail. So again, as I mentioned in the previous SharePoint, you had to do a special kind of asset library application, or that type of library to get the thumbnails, but now you don't need to. And again, you can click it and it'll play right inside the browser. So that's nice. So let's close that. Oh yeah, so I wanted to do that anyway. So let's copy the link there, because another thing we can do inside of Teams is we can hit this plus here to add a tab. And we'll talk about stream in a minute, but for this you can just say website, and I'll just put in Big Buck Video, and I can paste that URL in and save it. And what that basically does is just get us right to the playing of it. So it's effectively just like clicking it. So again, I could click the video here, I could go right to the tab and it's already ready to play, and I just hit play that way. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. So really kind of nice, no problems there. So let's talk about Stream. What I like about Stream is that it hosts the videos for you, and it also gives you a caption and a transcript, and you can share them, change the permissions there in Stream without having to go into your team and do it there instead. So let's click on Stream here, and I've been making a few videos, so I can go to Home and we'll see some other ones that are already done, but literally you can go to Stream and just say upload a video, and you can see I did one there. Let's find a different one. I'll just do Tracker Reporter. This is like a a demonstration video, so I'll just say demonstration video. And we can even pick our own thumbnail if we don't want to have it just pick one from the video, so you can do some sort of graphic file. You can set some permissions, change it to different channels and groups and people and so forth. And then note that it's uploading that, and then I won't be able to publish it until it's fully uploaded. So that's okay. Let me click Stream again, see if it'll make us a new one. Let me show you one that's already done. So if I go to my videos here, see it's uploading that one I just did. But I did the big buck. I did this Rhodes Boys, which is it's funny, my kids are in their 20s now, but this is when they were little. So we'll see it in a minute, but it's a little old karaoke and stuff. So I'll play that in a second. Notice it didn't do much because it's mainly singing. One thing I learned from doing that is it can't really detect the what you're saying in a song. So but let's go ahead and we can share it, and we get this URL. So let's go back to Teams and see what it looks like there. So it's a little bit different. We can come in, hit plus, and then do the stream. And if I paste that in, what's kind of nice, notice that it actually finds the video. And I can put it, I'll just say Rhodes karaoke, like that. And it's a slightly different experience, still similar, but not the exact same channels, or not the same controls. So notice if I come in there, so notice the big buck, again, whoops, it's taking a second to load up, there you go. And it's kind of got this play, and I have to hit the play button, but I don't get a thumbnail out of it. If I do it from Stream, then it picks a thumbnail and has the big play right in the middle. So I like that. So I'll play just a second of that. It's kind of fun. This is the first karaoke that we did. I used to put on the Toolbook Users Conference, and this was from way back in like 2000. So kind of not the greatest video. I love that stuff. So, all right. So let's go back and see if our video. So yeah, it is done. So I can publish it now. And if I come back over here to my videos, let's go back to videos. You'll see that it's processing. And one thing that it does, you'll see I did another one, a tracker scheduler there. So let's go look at it, because it was actually only about 10 minutes, but it took about 10 minutes to get the transcript. So, but it's done now. So this is just like a sample video about our tracker scheduler program. So I'll pause that, but notice how it gives a pretty decent transcript of everything. And now you can go in and edit that, and you can even search. So if I search for, I don't know, double click, let's see if it finds that. No, it doesn't look like it. Let's just search for double. There you go. So I can get it to right there, and if I click on it, it'll take me right to that spot in the video. So it's kind of nice. One thing I love, and I teach our people at the Air Force Academy, is how we can record meetings and so forth, which puts them into Stream, and then you get a transcript of what everybody said in the meeting, which can be very, very helpful. So let me pause that for a minute. So let's go back to videos, and let's go look at this tracker reporter. So it's a little bit longer, and you'll see that it hasn't put in the interactivity yet. Or I mean, it has the interactivity, sorry, it doesn't have the transcript, but it will. But it does have another thing which I'd like to show you, which is kind of cool. So you can add forms in there. So I have a different video on forms, and let me go get the URL. So if we came over to forms, and I had a different video where we made this survey. So let me just click on it and share, copy that URL, and there it goes. And I can paste that in, and I'll just call it survey. And then you get to put where you want it in your video. So I'll just put it pretty early just so we can try it. Say add to timeline. So how does that work? Well, let's just rewind to the beginning. Oops. There we go. And if we run it, and then when it gets to the spot that we did it, yeah, you can see I did it at 16 seconds, so it should be coming. And then it jumps up with my form. So it can give a survey, it could give them a quiz. We do a lot of that where people are doing a video about class and then ask them some questions, and we can submit the survey and then, or whatever else if it's a quiz, and then continue on with the video. So that's pretty cool functionality as well. And then I already showed you how to go ahead and embed that into Teams. So that's pretty cool as well. And you can go in and change the permissions so who can see it and so forth. So let's go back. It hasn't been quite long enough. Let's see if we've had any luck yet with the transcript. No. So when the transcript is ready, then you'll see the transcript over here, very much like you saw it in the schedulers there. So you see how transcript got added. So that's about it that I wanted to show you today. So just some ways that you can use Teams, SharePoint, Stream, Forms all together with video. So hope this is helpful. Don't forget to look for the book and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again. Bye-bye.